come back to us, okay?
If you don't make it, I don't make it.
Mama,
What is it, baby?
I can't see you.
Baby, I'm right here.
I don't want to go to hell.
God played that trick on you.
Review of The Exorcist, Believer, 2023, a attempt to revive an icon of horror cinema. Welcome to this new movie review, where we will dissect The Exorcist, Believer, the latest installment in the famous franchise started by William Friedkin in 1973. Directed by David Gordon Green, who is also behind the Halloween reboot, this film had the heavy task of following in the footsteps of a cinematic legend. But the question is, did it live up to the hype? Sit back, and let's dive into the heart of the matter. An intriguing synopsis, but a conventional development. The story begins with Victor Fielding, a father who raises his daughter Angela alone after the tragic death of his wife in an earthquake in Haiti. When Angela and her friend Catherine mysteriously disappear for 3 days, they return changed, marked by supernatural forces. This premise had everything to captivate. Personal tragedy, missing children, and of course, the intervention of demonic forces. But from the very first minutes, it's clear that the film struggles to find its identity. The main problem? A plot that could have been rich in tension and originality, but remains trapped in genre cliches. Yes, there are possessions, priests, exorcisms, but nothing new or truly striking. It feels like watching a watered-down version of what the original offered 50 years ago. Between nostalgia and lack of originality, bringing back Chris MacNeil, portrayed by Ellen Burstyn, is undoubtedly one of the film's most questionable choices. While her character provides a nostalgic connection to the 1973 masterpiece, her role here is reduced to a mere nod without real substance. Aside from reminding fans of the original, she doesn't contribute to moving the story forward. Worse still, her treatment feels disrespectful to the legacy of the character, which could frustrate both longtime fans and newcomers. One of the strengths of the 1973 film lay in its subtlety and chilling atmosphere. Friedkin took the time to develop his characters and their psychology before introducing the horror. Here, everything feels rushed and calibrated for a modern audience, with an overabundance of cheap jump scares and deafening sound effects. The film seems torn between tribute and bland imitation, never quite managing to recreate the magic of its predecessor. The highs and the misses. Let's be fair, The Exorcist, Believer isn't without its merits. The makeup and performances of the young actresses portraying the possessed children are remarkable. One scene in particular, where Catherine reveals her possession in the church, is a rare moment of palpable tension. But these flashes of brilliance are too few and far between to redeem the entire film. Furthermore, the movie tries to introduce modern themes such as cultural and religious diversity by showcasing different rights and beliefs against evil. While the intention is commendable, its execution is clumsy and lacks depth. These attempts at wokeism feel forced and add a layer of unconvincing, even laughable, dialogue at times. A legacy too heavy to bear? The 1973 Exorcist is considered a cornerstone of horror cinema. It's a film that marked generations with its ability to shock, terrify, and remain ingrained in the collective imagination. In comparison, The Exorcist, Believer simply recycles elements from the original without ever offering a strong or innovative vision. The film also suffers from the weight of expectations. After 50 years of possession films, it's hard to stand out in a genre that has been explored from every angle. David Gordon Green seemed to want to apply the formula from his Halloween reboot to this franchise, but what worked for Michael Myers doesn't work here. The demon is not a mass killer. It requires subtlety and depth that this film fails to deliver. Verdict. So, should you watch The Exorcist, Believer? It depends on your expectations. If you're a die-hard fan of the franchise or looking for an accessible horror film, you might find some enjoyment. But if you're hoping to relive the visceral terror of the original, you're likely to be disappointed. This film isn't a complete disaster, but it's far from living up to its predecessor. It leaves a sense of missed opportunity, and the announcement of 2 more installments only generates moderate excitement. Hopefully, the sequels will correct the mistakes of this one and offer something truly memorable. That's it for this review. If you've seen the film, share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, and activate the bell to stay updated on our upcoming movie analyses. See you soon.